YouTube, what is going on? Rich here. Welcome to another episode of Revisiting Legends here on FM Scout, where this week we are going to be having a look at Ronaldo. Now, I have been reading the comments that some of you guys have been making in the previous videos, and Ronaldo is a guy that you have asked for quite a lot. Now, last week we did have a look at Cristiano Ronaldo, and he made some quite interesting moves throughout his career. So do make sure that you go and check out all the previous episodes, guys, of Revisiting Legends if you haven't seen them already. Now, Ronaldo, the Brazilian Ronaldo, had a very, very glittering career. He played for, I think it was 7 clubs that he played for, including Cruzeiro, PSV Eindhoven, Barcelona, Inter Milan, Real Madrid, AC Milan as well, and then he played for Corinthians. So a very, very wide range of clubs that he's had. Now, I'm having a little look here on Wikipedia at his stats that he's had over his career. And club-wise, it looks as though he made 343 appearances and he scored 247 goals. So a pretty phenomenal record. And internationally, he played for Brazil. He played for them 98 times and he scored 62 goals. So again, an absolutely fantastic record for them. Now, we're using the Legends database, and as you'll be able to see some of the stats in here, he's currently 17 years old. He's got no appearances under his belt as yet, but his stats are absolutely phenomenal. He's valued at £39.5 million, earning £71,000 a week with Inter Milan until 2021. If you guys do want to download this database, I will make sure that I leave a link to it in the description of this video. So what we're going to do is we're going to wind on every 5 years and we're going to have a look at the progress that Ronaldo makes throughout his career. Now, as we can see, his best role while he's playing as a striker is currently as a deep lying forward. So he's dribbling 19 to 20. It's not got a dead-on stat for that, but still really, really good. 16 first touch, 13 passing, 19 technique. Other stats that stand out is mentals, or his anticipation. His flair is very good as well as off the ball, and his physicals are also very, very good. His natural fitness only down at 13 to 17, which I think is understandable. He did have quite a few injuries throughout his career in real life. Now, one of the most important stats of all for the striker is his finishing. His finishing is down as 18 when the game first starts. 16 long shots as well. So he looks as though he will be really, really good. So what we'll do, guys, is we will wind on 5 years. We'll take a look at his career, see if he's still at Inter Milan, and see if he's made any appearances for the Brazilian national team. Okay, guys, so we've gone on 5 years. We're now at the 31st of May, 2020. Let's have a look at Ronaldo and see what is happening in his career. Now, he's at Inter Milan still. He hasn't moved on from there, but just going through the stats on screen, he's made 4 appearances for the Brazilian national team, aged 22, and he has scored 3 goals. Now, that doesn't seem very many, but what you have to remember, guys, is this is the Legends database. He will be really, really competing for that place up front with some absolute legends of the Brazilian game, including Pelé. So that's one thing that we do have to bear in mind. He's valued at 52 million. And he's got a contract until 2024 at Inter Milan. So his contract has been extended. Now, his best position now up front, I've noticed, is he's gone to a complete forward. He's equally as good as a complete forward as what he is as a deep line forward. His finishing, 18 still, dribbling 19, first touch 16, long shot 16 as well. His stats don't really look as though they've changed an awful lot. His flair is now 20 though, so he's very, very good. He's described in the media as a world-class striker, and he's also getting a bit of continental football under his belt. He's been playing in the European Champions League this season, as well as the Super Cup and the Club World Championship as well. So he must have won some previous honours with Inter Milan, which we will have a look at very, very soon. But overall, his career to date, let's just go through it year by year. So the first season he played with Inter Milan, he gets himself 36 games and scores 17 goals. 30 games in the second season with 14 goals. His stats then start to get really, really good. 34 games and 19 goals in the 17-18 season. He then, in the 18-19 season, goes on and gets 22 goals in the league in 38 games. And then most recently in the 19-20 season, 37 appearances, 15 goals. Now he also weighs in with a fair few assists as well, so he's really playing that role of a team player rather than just a selfish striker. And his average rating overall very, very good as well. 7.5 usually in most seasons, dropped to 7.38 in the most recent season. But he's doing really, really well. Like I say, he's getting those international games under his belt. That's come this season. So hopefully that when we wind on another 5 years, we'll see him making more appearances for the Brazilian national team. So let's wind on another 5 years, guys. He is looking already very, very good. We'll see if in another 5 years Ronaldo remains at Inter Milan or if he moves on to somewhere else. Right, guys, so it's now 2025 and Ronaldo has now been a professional footballer for 10 years. Let's have a look at him in the game. Now, he's still at Inter Milan and his contract's been extended again. He's got another 4 years on this contract. But as we discussed just earlier, how we wanted to see him making more and more appearances for Brazil, that is actually happening. He's now got 46 caps for the Brazilian national team and 47 goals. Now, last time we looked at him 5 years previously, he'd only got 4 caps and he got 3 goals. So lately, the last 5 years, he has really, really been lighting it up for Brazil. He's 27 years old now in the game and he's valued at £54 million. Still at Inter Milan, another 4 years on the contract, still described as a world-class striker, but he's still getting that Champions League football. And as far as his stats are concerned, dribbling 19, first touch 17, passing up to 14, technique 19. His stats aren't moving an awful lot, which, you know, when your stats are this high in the game anyway, that's nothing to be disappointed about. His composure, though, is now 20. That has gone up a little bit. Flair is still 20 as well. Finishing 18, I would have thought that maybe we might see that go up a little bit to 19 or even 20. He was very, very deadly in front of goal. And his natural fitness has gone up to 18 as well, which surprises me because his appearances in real life, he did pick up a lot of injuries in real life. And in the game, he's not picking up any at all, really. Stubbed toe, damaged foot, and a cold. Nothing at all. Now let's have a look at his career stats. So when we last looked at him, it was at the end of the 1920 season. Now in 2021, he's bagged himself another 17 goals in 37 games. Then for the next 3 seasons, he makes 100% appearances in Serie A, getting 22 goals, 21 goals, and 20. And then in the most recent season, he dropped off a little bit. He's only missed 1 game. And he gets himself 16 goals. He's not quite got into that 8 position yet in the average ratings either. So he's still at Inter Milan for another 4 years according to his contract. He's now 27 years old. He's pretty much at the peak of his career. So we're going to wind on 5 more years and we're just going to have a look and see if he ends up going to another club. I feel as though if he's going to make a move, then it would be now. But as we can see, Inter Milan, they're playing in the Champions League every year, so it's not like they're underachieving in the league. But what we'll do, we'll wind on, guys, another 5 years until the year 2030, where Ronaldo will then be 32 years old, and we'll see where he's gone to in his career. Right, so we're now 15 years into this experiment. It is the year 2013, and let's have a look at Ronaldo and see what is happening in his career. Now, he's moved. As we can see, he's no longer an Inter Milan player. He has now moved to Real Madrid, so he's got himself a real top club. Now, Inter Milan are a class club anyway, but I feel he's just gone up that extra level in signing for Real Madrid. He's 32 years old now in the game. He has got some more appearances, another 40-odd appearances under his belt for the Brazil national team. 85 caps now and 66 goals. His goal tally for the national team has dropped off a little bit. I think he was on about 46 or 47 goals when we last looked. But still, another 20 goals for the national team in 5 years is really very, very good. Now valued, his value's understandably dropping, £23 million, earning £300,000 a week until the year 2031. Now, as far as his stats are concerned, he's very much the complete forward. His stats aren't moving at all. His long shots have dropped a little bit, and maybe his passing has as well. But he's still got that composure and the flair as well that are maxed out, and his finishing isn't moving. He's remained consistent throughout his whole career. The media now describes him as a legendary striker. So let's have a look at his stats, see when he went over to Real Madrid. So he's gone over halfway through the 27-28 season. So he's got the season after we last left. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's come in here. So in the 25-26 season, he's got another 21 goals for Inter Milan. 13 the season after. He did drop off a little bit. But then in the 27-28 season, he played up until January for Inter Milan, scoring 15 goals in 19 games. So a fantastic return. He's gone to Real Madrid for £47 million, an astounding fee. And he's made 14 appearances and he's scored 12 goals. So a really, really good start to his Real Madrid career. The 28-29 season, his first season in at Real Madrid, he made 33 appearances and he got 19 goals. Not too bad at all. And it's the first time as well in his average rating that he's hit an 8. So that's really, really good for him. And then in the most recent season, he's got 32 games and 13 goals under his belt. He's still weighing in with the odd assist here and there as well. So he's looking good. He's 32 years old. We're going to wind on another 5 years and then he's going to be kind of 37 then. We're going to be looking possibly at the end of his career if he hasn't retired already at the age of 37. So let's do another 5 years and see where Ronaldo is at. Right, so we're now 20 years into this experiment. Now let's have a look at Ronaldo. He's still at Real Madrid at the age of 37. Now, he's got 112 caps for the Brazil national team, which has peaked where he was in his career in real life. He made 98 appearances for the national team in real life. So he's still playing for the Brazil national team, valued at 2.5 million, and he's only got a contract for another year. So it'll be interesting to see whether he's got any plans for retirement. Let's have a look. There's nothing in his long-term plans, so I think he's going to play on for another season at least by the look of it. So valued at 2.5 million, stats beginning to drop a little bit. He's now only a 17 in his finishing. I say only, but that's still really, really good. And he's got one or two other stats that are starting to drop off. His flair and his composure are still top notch. His pace has dropped off as well as his acceleration. I always remember with Ronaldo he was quite quick off the mark. And looking at his positions as well, he can play not only up front, but he can play in an attacking midfield role as well, which is maybe what he's been doing a little bit more towards the end of his career for Real Madrid. Now let's have a look at his career stats and see what's happening there. So we last left when he'd just finished his second full season at Real Madrid. He's then gone on, carried on playing 36 appearances, 22 goals, his best season yet for Real Madrid, getting an 8.15. He's then played the same amount of games but only got 15 goals that year, 18 appearances in 32-33 with 6 goals, gone up to 25 appearances in 33-34 getting 8 goals, and then most recently in the 34-35 season 15 appearances and 7 goals. So now we're coming into retirement territory, so we're going to wind on probably just another 2 or 3 years in this experiment for Ronaldo and see if he's still playing. Will he reach the age of 40 before he retires, or is it going to happen in the next couple of years? Right, so we've gone on another 2 seasons. Now Ronaldo in the game at this point would be 39 years old. So let's just have a look at what's happening with him. I can see he's now a coach. So he's retired from the game and he's gone into coaching. So what a fantastic career he's had. Let's have a look at his career stats and how his season finished. Now, the last time we left him was in the 34-35 season when he got those 15 appearances with 7 goals. He then just made the 1 appearance in the 35-36 season, didn't get any goals, and then decided to retire from his career. Very, very good career he's had. Overall, in the game, 669 appearances, 334 goals, 19 assists, 95 player of the matches, and an average rating of 7.62. Really, really good career. Really, really fun career for me personally to track through. I always remember watching Ronaldo when I was younger and thinking how good he was in the game. Now let's have a look at his career achievements overall. See what he achieved as far as let's have a look at his competitions. Let's see what he won. We'll go right back to the start because it looks as though he's won an awful lot. So we'll skip through this and we'll have a look at some of the things that stand out. So he's won the Italian Cup first season at Inter, won the Serie A, Italian Super Cup, won the Champions League in 2019 as well. Also in 2019 won the Super Cup, the Club World Championship, runners-up in the Champions League again. He's won the Confederations Cup with Brazil in 2021. Then he's won another Champions League with Inter Milan. He's won the World Cup with Brazil in 2022. Super Cup, Italian Cup runner-up. He's won the Copa America again with Brazil. Serie A titles. What a career. What an amazing career he's had. I mean, if you want to pause this video at any moment, guys, and just have a look what he's won. He's then moved to Brazil. He's won La Liga in his first season. Won the La Liga again. Won the Champions League with Real Madrid. Won the Confederations Cup again with Brazil. Won the Spanish Super Cup. Won the Champions Cup. Runners-up in the World Cup in 2030 with Brazil. So he's reached another final, but he's not been on the winning team on that occasion. Won the Spanish Cup, the Super Cup, La Liga, and then finished runners-up in the Champions League in 2035 towards the end of his career. Now, did he win anything else? Has he won like the Ballon d'Or or anything like that? That'd be really, really interesting to see. It doesn't look as though he has. I'm just trying to skip through and see, but I don't think. Best player of the Club World Championship, shortlisted for the Golden Ball, Golden Boot runner-up. It doesn't look as though he's won anything like the Ballon d'Or or Best Player in the World or anything like that. He's won the Golden Shoe for Real Madrid. I really want him to win something just for the career that he's had. But I suppose in this database, it's really, really hard to pull things out like that because of the pure legends that are in this database. But it doesn't look as though he's won the Ballon d'Or, guys. Just skipping through it. I know some of you guys like to see things like that, but I don't think he's won any personal awards like that of note. But a fantastic career, guys. I really, really hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you have, make sure that you drop a thumbs up. Subscribe to the FM Scout YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. Also, make sure that you go and check out my YouTube channel as well, RichOnTwitch_TV. I will leave a link to that in the description down below. But thank you for watching, guys. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you all in the next episode.